Hello, everybody. I had a great night at work. You want to know why? I got 3 of my coworkers to join the tax strike and to put exempt on their W-4s because guess what, guys? We're no longer paying taxes. I love it. I love it. They did it right there in front of me. They switched from paying taxes to exempt.
So apparently, I just found out we're not paying taxes for 2027. I guess that's the thing now. Which I am all for, by the way. Like we're tired. We're done. Like we are getting taxed out the for everything. You got to pay taxes when you get your money. You got to pay taxes when you spend your money. You got to pay taxes on your home. You got to pay taxes on your gas, on your food, on your car. Oh my God.
Hi, so today I'm gonna watch and react a bunch of reels about Americans refusing to pay their taxes. So if you want to know more about the context, what kickstarted this whole movement, feel free to watch my first video. Let's go.
Hello, everybody. I had a great night at work. You want to know why? I got 3 of my coworkers to join the tax strike and to put exempt on their W-4s because guess what, guys? We're no longer paying taxes. I love it. I love it. They did it right there in front of me. They switched from paying taxes to exempt. So tax strike 2026. How about this? Tax revolt. Let's do it, guys. Man, there's a lot of crazy going on out there, isn't there? We had, what else happened today? Oh, we had that postal service thing. So I made a good post on it. And you know what? Some postal workers are saying that they received the letter where it talks about an imminent danger and threat coming and to be careful and extra vigilant. And then some are saying they never received one. Some are saying the letter is fake. But you know what? I'm just playing with the internet because the internet and all this coming out, there's so much misinformation out there. So you know what? Oh well. At least I'm trying to do something for the truth. But yeah, 3 coworkers did it. Tax exempt. Let's go. We're no longer funding this government and their freaking wars. Or yeah, screw both sides. Screw the Dems. Screw the Republicans. Screw the neocons. I'm done. I'm a true conservative. Don't pay your taxes. It's unconstitutional.
So a lot of Americans are mad about how their money is being managed. For example, you see a lot of NGOs taking millions and millions and sending it abroad while the US is having a homeless crisis, or the government just take a lot of money and send it to other countries to fund wars.
So apparently, I just found out we're not paying taxes for 2027. I guess that's the thing now. Which I am all for, by the way. Like we're tired. We're done. Like we are getting taxed out the for everything. You got to pay taxes when you get your money. You got to pay taxes when you spend your money. You got to pay taxes on your home. You got to pay taxes on your gas, on your food, on your car. Oh my God, like it's not working, and we're being taxed, and we're not even being represented fairly. And honestly, and wasn't this like the whole deal of why we revolted in the first place, right? So I'm all for it because the government, and obviously we're all done with this crap, Newsflash, guys, for those who are like worried about it, they can't even do anything to us until the next year when we file, if we file, which nobody's going to, because if you're not doing your taxes, why would you file? But honestly, yeah, I completely agree with that. I opted out of taxes near the end of last year, and I'm doing my taxes this year, and I'm still getting money back. Granted, nowhere near as much as I would have gotten if I didn't opt out of taxes, but I'm still getting money back. So, I mean, it's not worth it for us anymore. Why are we giving them all of our money and we're not even being represented fairly? It's ridiculous. And honestly, if or when they do decide to come for us regular people for not paying taxes after everything that they've done, and the fact that the Pentagon has failed their audit for the 8th year in a row, I mean, it is going to be one of the most heavily scrutinized and televised things in history. And there is going to be hell to pay if that is what they decide to do. Because what are they going to do? Come after everybody? We're so tired. We're so overworked. We're exhausted. We're done. We can barely afford to survive. And people just don't give a anymore. So why are we going to give our money to a system and to a government that doesn't even care about us? Doesn't even represent us in the way that we should be. So, like I said, no taxes for 2027. Keep your money.
So I do not recommend not filing your taxes. Please file your taxes, and if you decide not to, talk to an expert first. But hypothetically, if this is true, if the whole country decide to stop paying the taxes right now, I think the timing would be really good, because the IRS is understaffed right now and they wouldn't be able to manage all those file exempts right now. I'm talking about this year. If they decide to recruit more for backup in the next years, because they have up to 7 years to chase you when it comes to the taxes. So if they decide to recruit more in between those 7 years, people might be screwed. But if it doesn't happen, then it means that there's a chance for them to escape. But it's hypothetically.
The sole purpose of this video today is to let you know that I am joining many Americans in not paying federal income tax for 2026 and beyond. I am disgusted, and I can't even put into words what I feel in my heart about everything that has been happening these last couple of years. Everything that happens overseas, all the people who are kidnapped and everything else, and it all happens with my tax dollars and everybody else's tax dollars who work as well. I don't agree, and I'm making a stand. Now, people are going to say, what will this do? Well, what's the other alternative? It's silence. And I don't want to be silent. And nobody else wants to be silent either. How do I know? Because I see people on social media every single day posting about it, using their voice. But it's time to not just talk about it, but it's time to actually act. We fuel all of these horrible acts that our government does with our money that we work hard for. Let's stop that. Let's stop funding everything. Let's stop fueling whatever type of objective that they're trying to go and do. I'm not going to be paying anymore. Neither should y'all. We need to make a stand against all the corrupt people that are controlling America. Me and you, we are not terrorists. We are true Americans. And we need to step up right now, because we know what is wrong and we know what is right, and we see what's happening already. Everything is being uncovered. Now, what should you do with that extra money? Let's not be stupid, because let's be honest, they will probably come for us. Maybe it might not be in a year, but who knows? Something might happen. Arm yourselves. Make sure you have extra food, a whole bunch of ammo, and stay safe.
And I've seen many more footages like this one. This guy just said, just went tax exempt because I'll be damned if I found this BS. And there's another one saying, after seeing our country is being controlled by Israel, I won't be paying taxes ever again. And this person is showing the proof that they really filed an exempt. And exempt means that you're then not going to pay tax.
Been seeing all over Twitter today, a bunch of people are like, I'm not filing taxes this year. It never ceases to amaze me how stupid some people are. Because, one, why are you admitting that on social media? And two, the IRS doesn't work in real time. Like, they're going to let you owe them a good tens of thousands of dollars through taxes. And then they're just going to hit you up like, yeah, we're going to garnish all your paychecks until we're whole. Or they're going to bring you to jail. Neither of which are good options. So, I mean, go for it. Don't file your taxes. I think they're stupid too, but I'm going to keep paying them because it's dumber to not. And if you're fine with the going to jail option, that doesn't mean that they're not going to take your house or your car or any other assets that you have and then say, hey, we're even. Like, Don't fall into the trap of people that are just yapping on Twitter. That's basically the message.
The biggest topic on the internet right now is taxes. There's thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people saying that they're no longer going to be paying because they're sick and tired of what our tax money is going to, and none of it goes to benefit us. There's also legislators and big name people and people in the government itself saying that we should revolt against paying taxes. So my question to you is, what are you going to do? Are you going to continue paying your taxes, or do you think that something needs to change? I think that something needs to change, and I know this. We're the only ones that are going to make the change. They're not going to do it. So we got to do something big, and we got to do something bold in order for change to occur. So I'm just wondering, are you in or are you out? Like what is your stance on this whole topic and situation?
Yeah, I don't think the government needs my taxes to have federal agents, U.S. citizens in the head, drag people from their families, this, that, etc. Yeah, taxation without representation. I think the tax strike of 2026 sounds fascinating, and I think that everyone should be looking into it, please.
I want to tell you, don't believe everything you see on the internet. When you see it, you see on the internet, everyone is ballsy, everyone has courage. When it comes to real life, people are more hesitant because they know the impact. So don't believe everything you see on the internet.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm totally down for this tax strike 2026. I'm not paying my taxes this year. No, I'm going to stand up for my rights. We should stand together and do this together.
Oh, you know I'm talking about this one. No tax 26. Did I hear that correctly? Did I hear my President of the United States just give an order to the people of the United States about taxes and pretty much about why we should not pay taxes because of all this fraud that's going down? You know, I couldn't agree more. You know why? Because it sucks that you pay taxes on a daily basis, okay? And then those taxes don't go to people that actually need it or being used for real infrastructure or whatever have you. I mean, I am highly pissed off. You hear me? Now, to we the people, my fellow Americans, you know, we've been spitting this since Donald Trump was even running while Joe Biden was sitting in that nifty office. We've been saying, I would love to just stop paying taxes and say, screw the IRS, right? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to say today. How about this? As soon as you see this video, and I'm saying as of January 2nd tomorrow, every single American in every single state, go to your employer. Tell them, I'm opting out of being taxed. I will refuse to pay any tax dollars to the IRS. Yep, unfortunately, I do not volunteer to pay them. I mean, literally, think about that. If every single one of us, as of tomorrow, and I mean literally, deliberately, every single one of us, because the president even said with his own words, if I was the American people, I would not pay a dime in taxes in 26 until this fraud is taken care of. Because if they're willing to give your tax dollars to people that are committing fraud, starting daycare centers, acting as sitting governors, wasting your tax dollars. What do you say? Do you like the sound of that sauce, huh? I sure do. You can bet you're sweet. I'm going to go to my employer and I'm definitely going to have that conversation where, you know, hey, since Donald Trump just directed us, all of us, and I mean all of us, to not pay a tax in 26, what do you say? Let's opt out, like right now. Like, give a big middle finger to the IRS. So what about you? You want to do something crazy? Because I'm feeling kind of crazy, huh? I'm telling you, this thing is so big, if we all did it, it might just work. Like Donald Trump said, they can't get all of us. Why not? Right?
So if you don't know about the daycare scandal, feel free to watch my first video where I explain it in details.
And about the tax strike, everyone keeps asking a really dumb question, which is, oh, what if they catch me? What if they catch me? What else do you have to lose? They've taken your health, they took your food stamp, they took all the things that you pay for already away from you. What else do you have to lose? Also, these idiots are so stupid that because they wanted to spend more of your tax dollars in unscrupulous ways, like buying a ballroom and things like that, they fired like half of the IRS. The IRS employees sued them and won because it was illegal, and it was solely so that they could literally steal more of your tax dollars. So you'd rather give your money to the people who are stealing it in your face than just hold it in your pocket and wait for them to come get it. First off, the biggest thing they're going to do is just try to send you a letter to tell you to send it. But they're not gonna, because they simply don't have the capacity to enforce the tax code anymore because they did their own thing. So tax strike now.
Heyo, good morning. So I just seen that apparently there's a tax strike for 2026. I think we should do it, because if we try and stop this government the way we would all like to, they have plans to deal with people who act a certain way that they don't like. So if millions of us stop paying our taxes, don't file taxes this year, they're going to be forced to chill the f*** out. And I think that's a good idea. They desperately need to chill the f*** out. So anyways, taxes 2026. Let's get it.
Man, y'all hear about this tax strike? I'm with it. I don't know about y'all, but if I don't gotta pay taxes, you know how many more different... I quadrupled my fragrance collection in like a matter of a month and a half.
I just watched a video on X and I wrote everything down. We pay a 24% federal tax, up to a 5% state tax depending on the state. That's a 29% tax on your income already. 29% of the year is 106 days. That's 106 days of labor for money that you don't even get to keep before you see a single spendable dollar. Whether you spend or save, you're getting taxed. Essentially, whatever you use, buy, or save is taxed, just for that money to end up in foreign pockets. I'm done paying my taxes. Here's what I wrote down that I thought might have been important if you guys want to see.
The IRS just got a CEO. The IRS just got a CEO. The IRS just got a CEO. I fucking hate it here.
You cannot make this up. Nick Shirley uncovering a massive scandal in Minnesota only proves the corruption runs deep in every state. Which brings me to my next point. I love the idea of a nationwide tax strike, especially since a federal income tax was forbidden in the Constitution. If everyone stops paying their taxes, the IRS has zero chance of surviving. Because the more you know, the crazier you sound.
Honestly, another thing too that I'm very shocked about, with this whole fraud thing going on, the whole Epstein file thing going on, why the f*** are you still paying taxes? They're protecting files. They're mismanaging your money, putting it into Somali daycares that don't even have any fucking kids. Why the f*** are we still paying taxes? There should be a tax strike. Hey yo, 2026 tax strike.
Okay, the lash is fixed, I think. Okay, so back to my message. Like I was saying, thank y'all who told me my lash was quick, and I appreciate that. But we do got to get on board with this tax strike 2026, okay? We have to, because here's the thing. We're so mad about this Somali stuff, but we have to understand and we have to realize that if we're not paying these taxes, they have no money to steal. If they want tax refunds to go to the government, they audit our politicians, and they audit the Pentagon, the Treasury. They go through all that first and get the money, okay? That's where we need to start. It's not no red versus blue. 90% of us, yes, are scared to go to jail. But guess what? If they catch you, we'll take one for the team, number one. And number two, Trump set this up. He set it up when he started the government, and he fired half of everybody. So ain't nobody here to chase us and find us. And the people who are out here chasing federal criminals are chasing immigrants, okay? So we're going to work. We're going to go ahead and file exempt. And those of us who pay in, We're going to withhold those checks. We're going to put them in a little savings account or something somewhere. Let it draw some interest in case they come for you, okay? But in the meantime, in between time, in reality, y'all, this fight is not red versus blue. This fight is us, the taxpayers, versus them, the ones who controlling the purse. Because this whole time, what did they do? One, they made white people scared to say anything to black people, or you're going to be called racist. Two, they had black people and talked about our ancestors and slavery, and they shoved that down our throats so much, gave us a bleeding heart for everybody else, and then dumped everybody else in the same circle as us, and then turned us against each other. The great awakening is now. God has opened up a window for us right now, and we have to take it with Tax Strike 2026. Let's go.
So yeah, as she said, this is not anymore about the red or the blue. Everyone is paying taxes, and everyone agrees that the amount they're paying for taxes is too much, especially with the inflation. All the prices are increasing, and while the taxes are remaining the same and the salaries are being decreased.
To all the creators that are talking about a tax strike, your idea will not work. You will not get the demands, quote unquote demands, that you want due to the fact that you don't have any on paper. You need to sit down and write it down on paper, different constitutional amendments that you want, different policies, and just different laws in general, and what we want changed with the system. If you're like, oh, I'm not going to pay because you guys are not spending our money well, then what are we doing? We need to be able to say, hey, you can spend the money this way, and this way, and we don't have to deal with your anymore. Get around the middleman. What the hell are we doing, people? So that being said, let's get started on Project Liberation. I floated a few names out there, but somebody in my comment section, I believe today, said Project Liberation should be would be a really good name. So let's stick with that. Project Liberation. I have a Discord in my bio. Go ahead and join the Discord, and let's get started on actually forming ideas, a document of what we want demanded from this tax strike or any strike, the people's movement, what we want in general. Anyways, I'm sick as a dog. I'm probably going to go back to sleep.
I'm tired of getting robbed. I'm tired of my taxpayer dollars going to other countries. Why do we send another $1 billion to Israel? So at this point, I'm down with the tax strike 2026. We are doing tax strike 2026. Why should we continue to participate in this system that does not care about us? They have been sending our money to do who knows what is going on. At this point, I don't trust anything that has been told to us, that has been given to us. And we need to come together. It is time for us to come together. Forget who you like. I do not care who you like. I don't care if you like the president. I don't care if you like the old president. I don't care who you like. Do you like America? And do you like Americans? Are you down and are you ready to start putting America and Americans first? We the people need to come together and be we the people. Forget a party, because they have been at this point it's disrespect. The Somalian fraud and everything that else is coming outside of that is disrespect. So what are we going to do? Are y'all down with the tax strike 2026? Are you down? Yes or no?
Just want to know if we're saying up yours to the IRS or what. My family's on board, so if that's what we're doing, count me in.
Okay, but congressmen and women couldn't fraud the government if we didn't pay taxes. Somalians couldn't fraud the taxpayer if we didn't pay taxes. NGOs couldn't send millions of dollars to the Congo for lesbian puppet shows if we didn't pay taxes. I have a solution to the problem. Maybe we should stop paying these taxes. Maybe.
Not trying to single you out, just using your comment for a video. You're 100% right. Tax strikes are terrifying for an individual. I think you missed the part of the video where I said 170 million. Because this can happen to one person, it can happen to 10 people, it can happen to a lot of people. It cannot happen to 170 million people that are on this app, right? And if it does, if you think they try to do this to 107 million people, guess what's going to happen? It will not end well for them.
Guys, I'm loving the energy with this tax strike, but it's not enough. You need to stop working altogether. Do you really think filing exempt and still going to work for $1 billion corporation is going to do anything? Come on, they're making so much money off of your labor and you don't even know it, and they're not even paying you for it. How do you expect to have a drastic change if you're not willing to make that drastic change yourself?
So this is it. This is the end of the video. Let me know if you liked it. And I want to tell you also something. I have many more videos about Americans refusing to pay their taxes. Let me know if you want a part 3. Feel free to give a like, and I'm working on that. Because those videos are way more wilder than these ones. That's why I'm taking more time to edit them, to make them more YouTube friendly before posting them. See you soon. Let me know if you are part of the movement or not in the comments. I'd like to know your opinion about this. Take care. Ciao.